and welcome to b.empowered series, a podcast from Biolabs. We're here live from Bio in Boston, and it is my pleasure to welcome today Markus, CTO of Biomovis. Welcome, Markus.
The pleasure's all mine.
Well, to begin, maybe you can first introduce Biomovis to us. What do you guys do?
Well, we are a rather untypical Biolabs resident in Heidelberg. We provide structure determination services to, let's say, democratize the access to these data that we think any company in Biolabs or that working with proteins should have.
Okay. Could you maybe be a bit more specific and how would you explain, right, the added value of your service to a non-scientist?
Well, you see, the human body is composed or contains like 10,000 and more proteins. And all of these proteins make how we look and how we function, how our organs work. And the way these proteins work and what they do is more or less completely defined by how they look, by their 3D shape and structure. So in order to understand how we function and how we dysfunction, how diseases come about, you have to understand how the protein looks, and you have to know how it looks, because only then you can develop drugs, for example. And this is the reason why structure determination is important. And for, let's say, Biolabs members, for example, or especially startup companies anywhere, we think it's important for several reasons, because if you want to find an investor, they want to be convinced, right, that what you do or what you target, usually that this is the right target.
Yes.
And to convince them, on the one hand, it's always good to have good pictures, and this is what structure determination gives you, and we can provide this even in really nice 3D renderings. And it gives you confidence in your own data, and so you don't pursue a path that in the end you find out, oh well, we should have, I don't know, done this or that different, maybe have a different entity at that small molecule we developed, or the antibody should have taken a different epitope. So you give yourself more confidence, you save money because you're more efficient, you don't run a lot of trial and error, and you can present it with confidence to investors, and they then are confident that they can invest in you, actually. And I think this is a thing that one should have in mind.
Okay, right. So I understand that, every startup working with proteins should rely on Biomovis. Can you maybe talk a bit more about your expertise and the team and
Yeah, sure. So this is a great team. I've been onboarded by Martin, the founder. He had this idea that he realized in his former employments that the companies should do things that he didn't, because they, in the first place, don't know that there are techniques and solutions that they could use to solve their problems.
Yeah.
So his idea was, there needs to be something that, on the one hand, educates those persons and companies on what they actually could do, and to then do it themselves, or do it with us, or with any other provider that does it. And on the same time, providing this expertise, and then he onboarded a great couple of people, with like Sandra, Matthias, and Evgenia, who have been working in their specific specialty fields for a long time. Protein crystallization, cryo-EM, so cryogenic electron microscopy, and Evgenia is currently still at the EMBL in Heidelberg, which we work really closely together. And they are the experts, right? I mean, they are inventing or developing all this cutting-edge techniques we have then access to, and also to their knowledge and expertise. And when they look at the structure and say, well, that looks odd, also. And so this is a really nice setup. And it's only possible in Heidelberg, I think, because there's that knowledge.
Tell us more about how the actual ecosystem in Heidelberg is benefiting your activity, or did benefit its development.
So I mean, we went to Biolabs in the first place because of the network in one place. And Heidelberg, especially, not only because it's the first biolabs in Germany, but also because there's the EMBL, there is the University of Heidelberg. There's a lot of biotech expertise and startups, and they all can benefit from what we do, but also we benefit from them because there's a lot of back and forth, and we learn a lot, and we also develop these techniques a bit further. And so this wouldn't be possible without this scientific input that you get in Heidelberg.
That's great. It's great to hear. And so I guess right now you have the goal to expand, right? And provide your solution to more and more companies. What kind of partnerships would you like to strike in the next months or years?
The plan is to. So we're currently about to be present in Paris, Biolabs in Paris, and we're working together with you guys to be implemented in the marketplace, so that everybody at Biolabs, all the Biolabs members all over the world, have access to what we do, and they would get access to very special conditions because we want to just grow that space, and this is the main path we're going right now. We don't really so much look for investors in that way. It's more about growing the reach because there's plenty of people that don't know they need us.
Sure. So looking forward to see you leverage the power of the Biolabs network, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one last question, Markus. I would like to. We asked this question to finish most of our interviews. The theme of this year's bio is the world can't wait.
Okay.
Can you tell us why the world can't wait for the innovation you're developing?
I could have two answers for that, if I may. So the world can't wait for Biomovis to be more present and to be used because therapies and drugs need to be developed in the most efficient way without a lot of trial and error, and to just help patients as soon as possible. And I think that is the most need we have. And the other answer would be related to the reason why I'm actually at Boston, independent of Biomovis. We are developing an Alzheimer's drug. We are with Caladrix, a company I just co-founded, and we actually used a service from Biomovis to visualize that. And this is an Alzheimer's drug is definitely another thing that the world can't wait for.
Excellent. Right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Markus, for joining us here today. Yeah. Wish you the best of luck in your future developments.
Thank you.